Loki. Loki, how are you feeling tonight? How are things going?
You know, things are pretty scuffed so far, but I think we'll even things out as the evening goes on. Doing pretty good though.
Yeah. We're currently, working with the an auto host bot as a producer. Unfortunately, I am very tech illiterate, so I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
But we are in the draft right now, so if you have not, looked around you, draft has happened, um, and boy, is it exciting. Rising Tide have gone for Gragas, Lilia, and Zeri, while Purple Sprouts have gone for Tristana, my boy, John Deere, and Annie. So, interesting start for the draft here. I know we're kind of just dropping hot in here. So what can you sort of break down from what we're seeing right now?
I mean, so right now what we're picking apart is Gragas in favor of instead of J4, since we had that ban early on. This is a very standard pick to continue to have a very early aggressive jungle. I have a feeling that this Lilia is going to be the jungler though, because Gragas can still flex in mid lane. And I think I saw that in RTT's match history a little bit. But getting rid of that Malphite, getting rid of that Yone, there's no wombo combos that are going to be allowed on this day. Since I know Eureka has had a hot streak with that rock. But I think we're going to see a lot more just down and dirty scrimmaging happening from Purple Sprouts with this draft so far.
Yeah. Definitely some scrappy compositions right now. I know Udyr, I've been a big Udyr enthusiast and Udyr enjoyer. He's one of my two favorite champions along with Maokai, but I've kind of soured on him a little bit. I think the best junglers right now are those that have longer range engages. Like, Udyr needs to have somebody else going in first or finding the most insane flank of his entire life to actually get something done. Set is one of those people who helps Udyr get a good engage because, he just goes in, stuns people. That is real. That could be real. I don't know if it's real. It terrifies me.
Yeah, and we see RTT.
Oh, that is real. That is a real Yorick.
That's actually insane. We're gonna see an hour-long game, I think, for game one with these comps right now. Lilia jungle, Gragas mid. That's very aggressive. Well, maybe not. We're going for an hour. I joked about it. We see a Vigar. We're gonna just infinitely scale, sing Kumbaya, grab a death cap, and say, you're a wizard, Becky. You're a wizard.
Yeah, too late, two very scaling comps, waiting for God. We'll see how long this game really lasts. Veigar definitely is waiting an eternity. Zeri is waiting an eternity for anything to happen. Oh my. Malzahar. Malzahar. Okay.
Yeah. Purple Sprouts is just gonna pick one person and say, what if we made you miserable? That's all you have to say to that. Just point click this one guy very unhappy. We have Gragas looking to jump in. Set's gonna throw you out. Right on top of your team. They're gonna be slow. We're gonna drop the Tibbers. And we're just going to kind of laugh at you as Tristana continues to jump around the battlefield playing leapfrog with dynamite.
Yeah, she's going to have a little bit of trouble taking these fights and finding good spaces to actually get things done, especially with the cage. Gragas has quite a bit of... He's got quite a lot of interruption tools and some zoning as well with his cask, with just his explosive barrel. Lilia can create a lot of space as well. It is gonna be interesting to see how Purple Sprouts looks to engage, because all of their champions kind of just struggle to do anything about the Veigar cage. Like,
yeah.
How did they get in?
I mean,
Other than double tap.
I was gonna say, we have this really cool ability called Flash on everyone that's going to be every 5 minutes we'll team fight. It's fine.
Okay. Okay.
That's
I'm
our game
interested.
plan, lads. Only
I'm
every
interested.
5 minutes. We got this.
Every 5 minutes we can find a singular
Yeah.
fight.
Every
This is
5
great
minutes,
news.
every 5 minutes we can get one person. It's gonna be great.
Well, maybe that's a little that's a little bit of a doomer position right here, because it also just comes down to how Purple Sprouts are gonna have to play this. Is they're gonna have to look for those those big flanks, those really strong engages. But you know, I feel like if you're doing that, maybe Malzahar wasn't the best option. I feel like there could be better picks here in terms of the draft. Granted, they did pick a cohesive comp.
Yeah.
So we got step 1. We have a team composition. Now step 2 is actually getting it to the end of the game. So do you have any sort of insights into how, aside from just getting lucky and hitting the flash key, how can Purple Sprouts look to get a fight into Rising Tide? What sort of edges can they get?
So, looking into Rising Tide, they have that Yorick. We can just accept that he's going to be off on his honeymoon. He's going to have some fun with the maiden, maybe have a couple of the kids running down the lane with him.
Oh, yes.
Leave that alone for a second, and we can wait for Rising Tide to get just that little bit impatient. And Punchman set right there, he can get a little bit excited. He can walk his way up. There's a good amount of range on his E to be able to pull at least one person in. I think a lot of their pick potential is going to be off of a set pull into a Malzahar suppression, and that could really get the ball rolling, especially with champions like Tristana, who are really good at assisting the Udi or Annie to continue to run down an entire team comp. And that one little slip can cost the entire kingdom, since we're going to be seeing a lot of 4v5s.
Yeah, we'll likely be seeing a lot of 4v5s. They're going to have to, play smart, not get into a bad situation. They have the tools to keep themselves at arm's length. It's just going to be a matter of using those tools to find success with it. That said, what team do you favor here in the game 1 here? And now, granted, Rising Tide Typhoon is a very storied roster. They've made it to semifinals, finals, almost every single split that I've been casting here, at least. And I've been here for not like super long, but a few splits now. And every time, it's like you can always depend on Rising Tide to be there towards the end. Purple Sprouts are a little bit more unproven, at least as an organization here at Victoris. So I'm interested in your perspective in terms of which team do you favor here in Game 1?
I'm on the side of Rising Tide for Game 1 just because I enjoy their comp more. They have a lot of tools, just continue to walk around in Udyr and make him really sad. And honestly, I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, as Udyr is one of my 2 favorite champions, I look at Rising Tide's comp and I'm thinking to myself, I should have played Maokai. I should have played Zac or something. Maybe Vi even. I shouldn't play J4, but I guess I could have played that instead, man. It is going to be rough. It really will just be Purple Sprouts have to execute. They have to get good fights. They have to find good angles. And if they don't, Rising Tide has the stall tools to either allow the Yorick split push win condition or the win condition of Zeri Veigar scale to the moon. They have a lot of avenues to win the game. It's just going to come down to, can they find them? So, yeah, I would say I definitely favor Rising Tide's comp as well. But, anything can happen here. This is not pro play. This is, gold division gaming. Anything is possible. Anything is real. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, optimistically, we will be in the game and everything will be working smoothly. Everyone, pray to the AI overlords, and maybe we'll get into game smoothly. So we'll be right back in the Rift for Game 1 between Rising Tide and Purple Sprouts. Okay. Caster's unmuted. We're in. We're here.
Haha.
Scoreboard toggle. We're toggling. Maybe.
We got
Where
there.
where where's our scoreboard? Hello?
We don't need a scoreboard. What do you mean?
Okay, okay, okay,
There it
okay,
is.
okay. And I might have made it go away again. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right. So the AI has successfully succeeded. Um. We are unmuted. We are in game, and we are here for this match right now. We talked a little bit about these comps. We felt that Rising Tide have the sort of draft advantage, but at the same time, why do we need major support? Is the Vagar pick that necessary? Could we have gone for something else? These are questions we should be asking. But just looking at the start right now, anything that strikes your fancy in terms of, runes, masteries, champion selections, there's some interesting support picks this game.
I'm seeing Arcane comment on Gragas for the support pick. I find that a little bit interesting. Just in general, seeing the big man with his cask at the ready in the support role. I think he's just going to continue to get poked out since Zeri, Gragas don't have enough range to always be up there with the Tristana Annie.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a really rough
Ooh.
early game, but as we were talking during draft, they're looking for later on anyway. You're just going to sit there, be like, cool, this sucks, but we scale. And that's the entire game plan there.
Yeah. The kind of unfortunate thing is when you have a comp that is, you type in chat, don't FF, we scale. Sometimes you just get so colossally far behind that 3 scaling lanes will fail. But we do have a gank right now. Yikaw is going to be looking for something to turn this around right here. He's going to be throwing out some punches, but with Eureka dodging away with the flash, Yikaw is dead to rights. Peakley getting a good gank at level 3 and getting that Yorick, a first blood.
That's definitely a really cheeky timing coming out from Lilia. You don't expect them to gank without a blue buff. And here they are being able to grab that first blood onto Eureka. Start getting them accelerated a little bit since you don't need to give Yorick too much for him to be self-sufficient for the rest of life, but getting a little bit, give the mouse a cookie, he'll take a kingdom.
Yeah, that's
My
always good
favorite
here.
book.
Guster has maybe
Oh,
found an opportunity. He's going to be dashing in here with the speed, flashing to go just a little centimeter here. Peakley just walks back, takes the smite. Udyr's flash Udyr, by the way, is burned here. Peakley has to burn flash as well, but still secures the blue buff. And as an enjoyer of blue buffs, I find that very good. Peakley does not lose or Guster Posey does not lose that scuttle there. So, some wins, some losses here, and just a little bit of jungle skirmishes. Got to take some attempts.
yeah, I mean, we don't need that flash anyway. It's okay.
Yeah, true.
We're gonna swing a bot, get that scuttle, and have all the vision for a nice little healthy reset. As all these lanes are just all the way down Rising Tide's throats, except for top lane, where it's pretty hard to kill a Yorick at this point. You have to spend a lot of time running him down with stuns that you really don't have. And even then, he'll just drop his little circle, say, no, no, you go into jail now, and move on, as it looks like we have someone getting caught. Guster
Oh
Posey
yeah, Guster
walking on
Posey is
out.
gonna be in a little bit of danger right here, but he'll just saunter away. As Udyr, sometimes you just have to walk into the enemy jungle. You are fairly safe as long as you hold double tap E to know that you can actually get out in those situations. So, not so bad. It's always just a matter of taking those chances. Does get out. Good response there. Good follow from the rest of the team to keep them safe. Though, so far, slow game state, which of course does favor Rising Tide because they want the game to be slow. They want it to be as slow as possible. They do not want any action for as long as they can wait for it because that gives Vagar and Zeri time to go on an adventure, scale themselves up, and become threats.
Yeah. Honestly, enemy jungle, grocery store, same difference when you're playing Udyr. But I'd like to point out that that is a very delayed back coming out
Hmm.
from Guster Posey because of it, where they're now pathing to their blue buff as it spawns, but they've
Hmm.
lost their Krugs now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
Piccolo found an opportunity to get that invade right there, knowing that Guster Posey had to recall. Takes that, and now actually Guster
Ooh.
will be going for this Drake here. And what's interesting is that, they throw out some question mark pings. They suspect something is happening, but they can't really respond because Piccolo's on the other side of the map. So guaranteed first Drake here for the side of Purple Sprouts. Not the end of the world to just lose this first Drake, but it is something to keep in mind as the game goes forward. That's one towards a potential win condition. Just kind of have to hope it's not Chemtech.
Yeah, and we're
Uh,
seeing top lanes just having a absolute meltdown. Eureka gets the first blood, but was behind in levels here as it's going nuts.
Oh,
No
oh
way!
no! Absolute tragedy right there. Gerbs forcing Yeehaw to take a lose-lose trade, and he did done diddly lost it as he goes for the flash, goes to try and get one more hit onto Eureka, but there was just not enough damage. And now Piclay has run head first into Guster Posey and the Annie. Kobita will not get enough damage. Piclay just walks away right there. So after a couple of exchanges, we do see the York get a solid W in the top side. You love to see Eureka and Yorick get a lead.
Yeah, no, that's gonna start scaling out of proportion. Starting out as a really bad situation, still being level 5 as a set's running at you, level 7, with that ult in hand. But good rotate from Gerbs, getting everyone accelerated just a little bit for being a really late game team. They're having a bit of a run of early games so far. Only being down the dragon out of all of this, with those skirmishes that have gone on in a timing that favors purple sprouts, you do
Mhm.
love to see that if you're on the side of RTT so far. As it looks like we're gonna have a bit of a
Ooh.
hubble top lane again.
Yeah, we're looking for Yeehaw once more, the man most targeted. It's going to be 3 top side. He does not have flash, but the cage does not keep him entrapped. He gets away from it. The maiden is up though and will be pushing through the wave, keeping Yeehaw pinned firmly in that lane and giving plenty of space for Piclay and friends to secure the first Herald.
Yeah, with that, Shelly, they're going to be able to start cracking this entire map open,
Oh,
but
wait, wait,
might be a bit of
wait,
a
Guster?
fight for it. There's the Ram Jam at the ready. Guster
Yeah,
Posey looking fierce.
Yeah, he's looking
Maybe?
fierce. He's going to be going through the Tiger Burn. It goes down and gets stolen by Guster. He picks up the. Oh, yeah, he picks up the crab there. Piclay goes over the wall, flashes over it, gets caught by Kobita and Zvar. Guster Posey, no HP, not able to get back into this fight. But here comes Yikaw. He goes in with that ultimate. He goes to get a little bit of damage down. Auto attack from Kobita cleans up Odysseus, but the fight's going to continue right now. Guster Posey on still, no HP, being a little buff.
But,
Huh.
huh?
Okay, well, Eureka cleans up another kill there. Yikaw pulls Eureka back. The Tibbers burn takes him out. Yikaw gets a justice punch right into Piclay's face, taking the deer down. It's a very scrappy fight. The Herald gets picked up by Guster Posey, but overall, the kills go in favor of Rising Tide.
Yeah, I mean, we have a little bit of a gold advantage coming out now for purple sprouts, but that's not the biggest deal right now. It's only about 700 gold. And we have a Shirelia's now in hands of Kobita to be able to have a little bit more maneuverability in those cheeky situations. But what I want to have everyone's attention pointed to is Gerbs has their Rod of Ages now. They're starting their scaling journey off very early, getting that 10-minute Roa into potentially 20 minutes in just a nuke. If you're a Dilly, you're shaking in your bootstraps, and right now, Purple Sprouts, they just need to regroup a little bit and play the next fight slower. We saw Guster Posey a little bit overzealous di- stepping into the range of Gerbs and just getting struck right on down when they had the Ram Jam at the ready to be able to try to get a stun.
Yeah, there was absolutely no reason. That's an Udyr moment. You know, I again, Udyr, one of my two favorite champions. Yikaw is getting a huge trade into Eureka, forcing him back and keeping him at, keeping him under pressure. But P-Clay has arrived at the top side. I'm not gonna lament my Udyr gaming right now. Yikaw gets caught in the Yorick baby cage, and now is gonna be looking for a trade, just pulling him back, getting the big punch into Eureka's face. Your lead means nothing. Set is big gaming. He's going to be going for a trade, getting two autos, but the bowling ball crashes down, striking Yikaw and getting a 1-for-1 trade. But on the